Hello, all of you. Here we begin with one of the very small but very important topic for the upcoming exam in international taxation, and that is advance ruling. Yesterday we have completed DTA. One problem is surely going to come in double taxation avoidance, and it's very easy. What is double taxation avoidance? Wherein you are getting income from India based on your residential status and source of income from outside India. You have paid some tax there also. Again, world income is taxable here. So we are giving a kind of relief, right? So how to give the relief when there is a bilateral, unilateral, that too from two countries should be clear. And when I say DTAA, D for double taxation and D for deductions, with due weightage, ekdam bariki se you all should read your deductions to score marks in DTA. This is just a experience I usually feel from the paper corrections, that DTA problems students are solving it correctly, but when it is coming to calculation part, deduction, some mistakes are made. One reminder, we are starting advanced ruling, but one reminder for DTA, very important, is senior citizens, if they are non-residents, then they don't get additional basic exemption, 3 lakh and 5 lakh benefit. Same way, senior citizens, if they are non-resident, then in India, they will not get that seniority benefit, additional deductions like Mediclaim. For senior citizen, instead of 25, it's 50. Bank interest and all, instead of 80 TTA, for senior citizen, it's 80 TTB. So 80 TTB is only for senior citizens who are resident. So be careful about this, that what deductions are for resident, and that will help you to score full marks in your DTA. This is just an awareness. Next time, second time when you revise it, pay attention. What deductions are there for resident and what are for all. ATC like anyone can take, okay? There's a big list like that. Now, tomorrow we are starting with non-resident. For that, you have to revise the residential status gist lecture, which is given to you. Non-resident is, now we know that resident, if they are getting world income, how they are going to pay the tax. Non-residents, if they come to India, if they have capital gain, they have to pay the tax in India, but some rules are there. Buying rate, closing rate, conversion, all. If they have other income from other sources, if they do business, how they are going to pay the tax in India. That's what we'll start tomorrow. In between sandwiches, cheese and butter, today's class, very small, very simple, very scoring, but with due weightage. 2 questions I'll tell you. 245W, last 5th page, not even full 5 pages. I think 4.5 pages ka material hai aapka, and they will ask you 245W. Now, just listen to the concept orally, and then I'll read out and I'll give you, this is for the MCQs, this is for the commenting question, weightage wise. Right now, let us see what is AR. Authority of advance ruling. You know, these are like advance ruling is when, you know, we do international transactions or some very high value transactions above 100 crores and all, jisme tax hai, then we want authorities to answer us in advance. NRI is saying, I'm going to do this transaction with India, how much tax I need to pay. I am a resident, I'm not going out of India, but I am doing this transaction with non-resident. At what rate I should deduct TDS? For every NRI, every deduction, it's not section 195, right? So in advance, we want the authorities to help us what is going to be the tax liabilities. Okay, so this is like taking help. Now from this financial year 21-22, that too in between the financial year, everything is printed in your notes. Just listen to the concept only. From 1st September 21 onwards, authority of advance ruling is now converted into, AR is converted into BR, bar, Board of Advance Ruling. And the major changes in authority of advance ruling, there was one chairman and vice chairman and one revenue member and one accounts member and their qualification. 2 pages of notes were there, which are actually applicable in running year till your 31st of August. But in your syllabus directly, they have given the new one that now this authority of advanced ruling will stop working from 1st of August 21, and all the decisions will be taken by the board of advanced ruling, which consists of 2 or more CCITs, Chief Commissioner of Income Tax. They will decide and let you know how you need to proceed. Okay. So now few questions after 1 hour which should be very clear is, who can apply for advance ruling? To whom to apply? How to apply? What is the procedure? And once they give the decision, is it binding? If I'm not satisfied, sir, you are asking me to pay this much tax, so I will not pay. But I want to enter in the transaction. Is there any other way out? Now we have. As I said, 245W is introduced this year. They can ask you a question on that. So like this, it's very simple. What is advanced ruling? And let us now begin. And where exactly this is used is, as I told you, foreign transactions or high level of the amalgamations, mergers, demergers. See, when there are amalgamations, this company's business losses, other than speculation loss, the new company can carry forward for 8 years, but subject to conditions and all. So if there are transactions like this, it's not only about the mergers, acquisitions and all, transfer pricing, DTA, okay? So I am a resident, an ordinary resident of India, but I am going to Singapore to give lectures on taxation. Now, if I derive income, how will I be getting benefit? Like this, questions can come for which you take the decision in advance. Okay, right. So this is all use of advance ruling. Let us start it now. I have written it on bold here. Advance ruling, that is authority for advance ruling, R, till 31st August. From 1st September onwards, now it has become what? Bar. Some of the books are giving both qualification and all, but old qualification and all is of no use, because from 1st September onwards, now what is applicable? Bar. Bar is board for advanced ruling, which consists of 2 or more CCITs. And they will take the decision and they will let you know. Is this clear to all of you? Advanced ruling, just the basic meaning, definition, authority, application, procedure. And advanced ruling, will it be void even if you obtain it? What are their powers? This one is added. Mark this section important. Earlier also it was binding, now also it is binding, but now still you can contradict and go ahead. There are ways out of it. And very nice case studies also at the end we will discuss. Okay. So advanced ruling means written opinion or authoritative decision. Written opinion or authoritative decision by authority empowered to render it with regard to tax consequence of the transactions or proposed transactions or an assessment in regard thereto. So with regard to tax consequence of a transaction, TDS, capital gain, whatever it may be, or proposed transaction or assessment. So central government shall constitute the board, BAR, board for advance ruling, for giving advance ruling. The board for advance ruling shall consist of 2 members, each being an officer not below the rank of Chief Commissioner, as this is the newly added. Mark it important. Earlier the authority was given in 245O. I have not deleted 245O because 245O is also there. But now it is 245OB. 245OB. Yes, did you all mark it important? This is board for advance ruling and not below the rank of Chief Commissioner. Now, simple question asked in exam many times for 5 marks theory question. Who can apply for advance ruling? There's no change in this part. So who is the first applicant who will apply for advance ruling? Wherever I have written advance authority of ruling, you can add on. Don't cancel R, because as I told you, till 31st August, it's applicable. Bar also you can write. But in your material, in your CMA material, it's only bar now. Application by non-resident. Determination by bar in relation to transaction which is undertaken or proposed to be a non-resident can say, I am going to enter this transactions with Indian companies, mergers, amalgamations and all. Okay. Applicant by resident. Determination by AR in relation to tax liability of non-resident arising out of transaction which is undertaken by resident. So resident can also apply with non-resident, or determination by authority in relation to tax liability of the resident arising out of transaction which is undertaken by such applicant of the value of 100 crores. Market for MCQs. Whenever the resident is making an application, either for the non-resident transactions with non-resident or any other transaction wherein the value of the transaction is more than 100 crore, how much tax I will be liable to pay. Next is pending cases. A determination or decision by AR in respect of issue relating to computation of total income which is pending before the ITET tribunal, income tax appellate tribunal. And such determination or decision shall include determination or decision of any question of law or of fact relating to computation of total income. And for this, right now, only public sector undertakings are allowed. Now, what is this? Actually, I have named it third, but actually it is the fourth one. Three are already over. First applicant is non-resident for his own tax liability. Second is resident for transaction with non-resident. Third is resident for any transaction above value 100 crores. Fourth is, if your case is pending with ITET and there is question of law, you can, one way out is go ahead High Court and Supreme Court. Another way is you can go to advance ruling authority. But here right now, entry is given only to public sector undertakings in this case. So mark this also very important. And last one is impermissible avoidance agreement. It's a beautiful topic. We will do it with transfer pricing. How people are taking, bending and mending the laws and taking benefit of the loopholes. They are giving this kind of the relief, like DTA ka relief. It is a beautiful emotional relief. Why do they give? Because I've already paid the tax in Singapore on source. Now I'm paying tax in India because I'm resident and ordinary resident to work. So they're giving me relief. Can I take the benefit of this and manipulate it? For example, I'm earning in a third country where taxes are not there, and I am entering into a transaction with an American country. We both need to pay tax in India only, but India mein na tax bada high hai. So let America, you also come to Dubai, I am also coming to Dubai, and come rate pay, we will do this transaction over there. So like these transactions are called as impermissible. Already we have seen SAR and GAR in tax planning. Yes or no? What is SAR? Specifically avoided transactions, or GAR, general anti-avoidance rules, specific anti, like above 10,000 you cannot make cash payment, you cannot make payment to relatives, and like this we have seen. Why all this? So such kind of impermissible avoidance agreement, if you want to do, you need to take permission. Determination or decision by AR whether an arrangement which is proposed to be undertaken between a resident or a non-resident is impermissible avoidance. कहीं impermissible तो नहीं है ये transaction, हाँ? और GAR का importance तो नहीं आ गया. So like this, we are questioning the department. Please help us out with advanced ruling. Frankly speaking, practical aspect, this is not popular. Popular is those hierarchies. Your Commissioner Appeals, ITET, High Court, Supreme Court, 263 revision order, 264 revision order, all those. But of course, there's a part from exam viewpoint. And this year, because they have changed, they might touch it for 3 marks, then 1 hour and 4 to 5 pages are worth. I don't know why many of the students fast karo and want to do only the major topics. You cannot clear and score marks based on only major. I do agree ABC analysis works. As a teacher, I will also tell you ABC analysis. But today's topic, another topic is like search and survey. Read it now also. If I ask you what is constructive seizure, you remember or not? Where you cannot take it and you just seal it and you... So like this, these are procedural chapters. Just finish it off once and keep it in your mind so that you can answer in exam. Okay. Once again, as I move ahead, advance ruling means application either by non-resident or resident for transaction with non-resident, or resident where transaction value is above 100 crores, or pending cases, especially for PSUs which are pending with the ITET. They can go for advanced ruling. And the last one is where we feel it might be impermissible. Pooch lo pehle. Later on, if you do and they say, no, this is the loophole, this transaction is not permitted, it will be very difficult. Anyone in the class, any doubt on the first page? Yesterday when we were solving DTA, superb responsive this batch is. In fact, sometimes I'm missing out and you are helping me out very fast with the calculations. So if there is any doubt or anything you didn't understand or any thought in your mind, share it. Puch lo. All clear? 5 kind of applicants? Chalo. Same, 245 NB. Now these sections, subsections, I leave it to you. If you remember, fine. If not, 1 or 2 important ones, I'll say, wo to likhna. It will be very impressive. Applicant means non-resident, resident who has taken 100 crores ke upar, PSUs, and resident or non-resident for impermissible avoidance agreement. I'll teach you this for transfer pricing, but right now only if you want to mark at least 5 times in your exam, CMA exam, they have asked impermissible avoidance agreement pe short note likho. There are points which you need to write. We'll study in transfer, but that important this topic is. Okay. All right. Now, how you need to make an application? You have to pay 10,000 rupees fees. When it is PSUs and impermissible agreement, in other cases, if the transaction does not exceed 100 crore, then 2 lakh, 100 to 300, 5 lakh, 300 and all. If you remember this much, enough. Application is to be made in quadruplicate. That is 4 copies. Yes, this can be asked in MCQs. Once we made the application and then we felt sorry, anyhow we are not doing the transaction with so and so foreign company, jane do. Can we withdraw the application? Yes. Application can be withdrawn within 30 days of making the application. Yes. So this can be withdrawn within 30 days. Okay. Now, signatories. Who will sign the application? Whoever signs the return and all. Where application, oh, this is also very important. Just this language might not be clear. First, you all listen. See, whatever cases are pending from 1st April, they go to advance ruling, they get the judgment and it goes on. Okay. Now what happens from 1st September onwards, whatever applications are made, bar is taking care of that. So what about applications which are made in July, June, and neither they are processed until now, nor they are withdrawn? Are you getting? I made application with AAR. I made application with AAR in the old format with all those people. And neither I have withdrawn my application, means I want you to work and tell me the decision. But until now, decision is not taken. And now September has started. All these cases will be automatically shifted to bar. Now you may be thinking, ma'am, it's such an easy point, but bas aise hi puchte hain and students are not able to write. One more writing tip I am telling you all, write the answer in points. Even if they ask you short notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, write points. Don't put those asterisk marks. They are sign of confusion. Wo nahi karna. Points mein likho, and in the point, whatever clue points you feel, just underline it. So now read the language. Where application for advanced ruling is made before 1st September and in respect of which no order is passed or no advanced ruling has been pronounced. Such application along with relevant records, documents, matters on file of authority shall be transferred to the board for advance ruling and shall be deemed to be recorded before the bar. So everything from R will come to bar. Nice question and mark it important. Okay? Next, what is the procedure? They can call for all the details because who are the authorities in the board? Commissioners. So copy of application will be forwarded to commissioner. Necessary records will be called. After examining, the application may either be allowed or rejected, and copy will be given to application and commissioner. AR shall not allow application if question is raised in the applicant is. Theory question. Likho yahan pe. Write down. Yeah, it is AAR still in your books also. I'm telling you. As a teacher, I could have made all R ko bar mein kar sakti thi. But dear students, R is still applicable for your syllabus, no? Till 31st August 21 and your financial year is 21-22. And then it is bar. So everywhere it is R and bar, both. Okay? This material is best prepared and I have the institute supplementary material also, which is like just only they are covering the bar, but you cannot argue in exam, ma'am, why did they ask R question? Because again, I'm repeating, R is also applicable till August. That's why I've covered both. And both may be what is relevant only I have covered. As a teacher, I know I'm not going to teach you R ka qualification hai ki ye judge hona chahiye, ye accounts. वो छोड़ दिया, I left it out. चलो. Now, theory question, what are the cases wherein your application will be outrightly rejected? You are going to a very higher authority, advanced. You know how you study accounts and advanced accounting? Inter mein you study taxation. This is like advanced taxation. So वैसे ही R shall not allow the application if question raised in application is already pending before ITET, except PSUs. PSU's case, even if it is pending with ITET, they can go. Others cases, if they are pending with ITET, they cannot go for advanced ruling because they are working at par. ITET and advanced ruling authority with two commissioners, they are working at par. Second, if it involves determination of fair market value, 142B and all that, return or assessment procedure may I have taught you. You can go for audit, you can get the fair market value from the registered value. AR is not doing that work. It's prima facie designed to avoid the tax. You have made the application. See, people, I mean, people means SSC should make the application to get clarity, no? If you are making the application to manipulate and reduce your tax, it will be not entertained. This restriction does not apply to notified category of residents and impermissible avoidance arrangement. Okay? So, what are the cases when your application will be outrightly rejected if your case is pending with ITET, except PSUs? PSUs ka case ITET mein pending hai, then also they can go for R or bar. It involves determination of the fair market value or is prima facie designed to avoid tax, then they will not entertain your application. Clear? How I'm teaching is clear. Exactly how they can ask you, and meaning should also be clear. After every page, I will pause because this is like theory and I'm seeing some of the messages in chat and I'm responding. Unmute karke bol do, kuch bhi doubt hai to. Chalo. Ruling. If the application is allowed, R shall examine such further material placed before it and it shall pronounce its advance ruling on the question. On request, applicant shall be heard either in person or through representative. You know, before giving the ruling, can they call for additional information? Yes. Can they give a chance of SSA of being heard? Yes. Advance ruling shall be pronounced in writing within 6 months from the receipt of application. 6 months from the receipt of application, advance ruling should be pronounced. Copy of advance ruling will be given both to the applicant, to the commissioner. No application shall be rejected unless an opportunity is being given. Further, where application is rejected, reason for such rejection shall be given in order. For this also now faceless is there for it. ये सब जगह हमने देखा है for eliminating interface, optimizing the best resources and nice system. So this is also becoming now faceless advanced ruling application. All right, what did you learn on second page? I want all of you to read, please. This is a topic, promise I am telling you, अगर मेरे साथ समझ में आ रहा है, tell me, ma'am, please wait for 5 minutes. Now only learn it, finish it. So after the class, go to some other topic. Spare more time for MAT problems, charitable trust problems, NR problems. More than 15-20 quality good NR problems we will do. So there you need repetition time. इसको पढ़ के खत्म कर लो, लेकिन छोड़ना भी नहीं. As a teacher, I am telling you what to leave. I am already leaving that. Two pages are over. Can you all please respond in chat? Is it all clear or not clear? Simple or not? Read it on screen or with your material. And if you have any doubt, ask me now. All right. So who are the 5 applicants? We are clear. You need to make application with 10,000 rupees, 4 copies, signing within 30 days, you can withdraw. If you have applied and yet your case is not solved, automatically it will get shifted to the new one. They can call for more information and they will hear, and then they will give the judgment within 6 months. They'll give an opportunity of being heard to the SSC. 3 cases, outrightly it will be rejected. If the question is raised in application, it will not allow only the application to proceed. One is related to valuation, another is if your case is pending with ITET, except PSUs. They have given notified resident, but notified resident में एक ही है अभी तो PSUs, or we know that it is impermissible. Yes, very nice question. Are these advanced ruling very popular for GST also? Yes, absolutely, and same. जैसे हम advanced ruling पढ़ रहे हैं ना, वैसे ही same it is there in GST also. In fact, that is more popular practically. Some of my friends, they are like, always into appeals and ITET, and they do these kind of search and all work. So I keep talking with them. Always they say advanced ruling is not very popular in the direct taxes practically. But of course, GST, as FD and now and then amendments are there, changes are there, it's popular. All right. Now, board for advanced ruling. This is your amendment. ये नया ऐड किया है, latest amendment. लिखो. The central government shall constitute one or more board for advanced ruling. Okay. From 1st September, it will consist of 2 members, each being an officer not below the rank of CCIT. And it's good and practical rather than having accounting department and ye and wo and judges and all. These people in and out. See, who will become CIT? Hierarchy, na? ITO and AO and commissioner appeals and chief commissioners. So they are already into this. They have superb experience and definitely they can help out better. No proceedings or ruling shall be questioned or become invalid on the ground that vacancy or definitions exist in the constitution of authority from the date of note. Now, this is such a nice, lipapoti, we call it on the law. No proceedings or ruling shall be questioned. Okay, ma'am, they have given the ruling, but is it right or not? Or it will become invalid on the ground that vacancy or definitions exist in the constitution of authority from the date of notification. Means you said, ma'am, 2 members will be there, but one was too absent, only one was hearing this. So if any flaw is there in the board constitution, will their decision be invalid or will it be questioned? Answer is no. Okay. Generally 2 or more decisions. This is, like we have seen benches hote hain Delhi mein, or वैसे they sit, they take, decide and tell you the judgment. Appellate authority not to proceed certain cases, 245 RR. No income tax authority or tribunal shall proceed to decide any issue in respect of which an application has been made here. So if you apply here, ITET will stop, or if the case is in ITET, you cannot apply to advance ruling. In short, you know, to remember this, we should know ITET versus AAR. ITET versus India-Pakistan match. So if you are going to ITET, go there. No, ITET, High Court, Supreme Court, revision orders. If you are going here, then that will be kept. You know, next time now you go and read your very first topic I taught you, dear students, assessment procedure. In that one table, that by 12 months, this should be over, this should be over. Below that table, following period will be excluded. So when the case is going to advance ruling, until the advance ruling comes within 6 months, this time will be excluded for going ahead with the other procedures. Sure. Now, consequence of advance ruling. Advance rulings decisions are binding on applicant in respect of transaction in relation to which ruling is sought and on commissioner. Can't say how many case studies they are asking since years. और इतने beautiful 3 mark, इतने easy questions पूछते हैं. I went for advance ruling and got decision in my case. Now my friend Usha, she's having exactly same case like mine. Instead of going to advance ruling, she's saying apply Dipti ma'am's case. No, same like me. Is it applicable? Answer is no. Because advance ruling is binding only on applicant, Dipti Chheda. That too only for transaction for which and with the commissioners. I am applicant, transactions and the commissioner. So same thing cannot be applied with Adhyay. This is not the decision of Supreme Court that you can quote it, apply it and solve a similar case. Okay. Second is in my other transactions, exactly similar and all, we might apply, but not otherwise. Because this is binding only to applicant. Second, for the transaction, and third, to the commissioner. You know, earlier it was like completely binding. But now the rule is, if you disagree with the advance ruling, you have got a chance to now go and fight an appeal in the High Court. Only for question of law, question of fact or wo sab nahi. First you tell me, is it clear? What is final consequence when within 6 months they have given the advance ruling? It will be binding on the applicant for the transactions and the commissioner. Advance ruling shall be binding unless there is a change in law or facts. Sometimes retrospective, if there are changes in the data and all might change. Ruling pronounced by AR shall be valid even in case of existence of any vacancy or defect in the AR. Same point. Same point you can put an arrow. Ma'am, I doubt that this ruling is invalid, or I have a question on this ruling because the board is not proper. What you said. That's none of your matter. They will look and it is binding. Okay? Now, advance ruling. Again, simple theory question or case law. Itne simple hai. Void if obtained by fraud. See, while filing for advance ruling, you have to give your all data, no? We are entering this transaction with so and so country. Pata chala wo country nahi hai. The transaction is with third country. You are manipulating and putting some. So if you have obtained advance ruling in your favor by giving wrong data, by misrepresenting, by misguiding the department, then that ruling becomes void ab initio. And again, all the other rules will apply right from beginning. Let us read it. CIT's representation or otherwise that ruling has been obtained by fraud or misrepresentation. Ruling shall be declared as void ab initio. All provisions of act shall apply as if advance ruling gaye nahi the aap. Time period from the date of ruling to the date of void shall be excluded. If your case was pending in 143, 144, 147, whatever, just an example, it will go on now in routine. Okay. So if the SSE has obtained the CIT's ruling by fraud or by misrepresentation, ruling shall be void ab initio. It will never be made and it should be excluded and all. Okay? Power of authority. The authority shall, yeah. Now, when the advance ruling authority is giving you ruling in advance, they want you to give them the data, you're not giving the data. Then can they have all those powers which I have taught you in section 131? Acha, yahan likha hai, 131. You remember? Search survey may be a income tax. Basic powers with the authority. They can call your books of accounts, they can inspect, they can enforce attendance, come and meet me. They can ask you to show all the papers, they can issue you notices. All these are the basic powers, and those powers are there with the advanced ruling authority also. Okay? The authority shall, subject to the provisions of this chapter, have power to regulate its own procedure in all the matters. Just routine all the guidance. Yeah, this one is new, the last part, and then we are moving towards question answer. Earlier, as I said, it was binding and over. 245W, I want you to remember, this is the newly added section. Applicant, if he is aggrieved by a ruling, no, this is injustice done to me, or order passed by the bar or the assessing officer on the directions of the commissioners, may apply to High Court within 60 days from the date of communication of the ruling. If High Court is satisfied, application made that the appellant was prevented for sufficient reason, it is further extended to 30 days. Generally, we all know time limit for application to High Court is 60 days. But if you have a solid reason, ye hua to hum late ho gaye, sorry, more 30 days are allowed. Central government may make a scheme for the purpose of filing appeal to High Court by AO so as to impart. So this appeal can also be filed online for greater efficiency, and all this we study in routine. Central government may, for the purpose of giving effect to the scheme, direct that any of the provisions shall not apply or apply with exceptions and all by 31st of March 23. Is appeal clear to you? If the applicant, I'm by mistake somewhere using the word SSE, it's not SSE, it's applicant, because you are applying for getting a ruling. So if the applicant is feeling aggrieved, then in that case, they can make an application to High Court within 60 days from the date of the communication and 30 days further. Okay, right. Central government may make a scheme, ye to aapko bataya. That's all for this beautiful topic of 40 minutes. Class is not yet over. I'm expecting few questions. That's why few questions and answer. Ye jaise important hai. This one is important. Like this, they can ask you the questions. I want to discuss the case studies and all. Another 10-15 minutes and we will be done with this. Yeah, please check once, and if you have any doubt in procedure, ask me. Otherwise, we'll do question answers. Do you want once more the gist, or it's very simple? If you know it, then I'll just read out the question answers and complete it.
Excuse me. I have a question here. Like, if the advanced ruling is not pronounced within 6 months, will that happen, or what is the option available to the applicant, ma'am, in those cases?
No, 6 months you have to wait, and within 6 months they will do, no? When they say assessment will be completed within 12 months and all, they will do it.
Okay.
So and now our routine returns and all, the assessment should be completed and refund should be given in 6 months. But within 1 or 2 months, we are getting the refund. Because it's all now centralized CPC and online. So within 6 months, definitely they will give the judgment. And 6 months is on the upper side. Advanced ruling, they will check all the procedures. They'll give within 1.5, 2 months also, whatever time. Okay.
Okay.
What else? Any doubt? No doubt is small or big. Doubt is doubt. And of course, those who are writing direct tax, indirect taxes exam also, you can take this benefit, or there you read and overlap it. And if you have any question in that advanced ruling over there also, just click the picture and send it in our group. Discuss all your doubts through group. You all are asking nice questions. Sometimes That may be doubt for others also, but they have not asked or they have missed. And thank you so much for all of you who are cooperating and helping each other to solve the questions also. You all are helping each other when I am not there active in the WhatsApp. So you all are helping each other too. That's a wonderful team spirit, and God bless you all for that. This leadership quality will take you ahead. And take your time to read this. When I start with NR tomorrow, no? As I start, you can definitely ask me any questions. Simple. Who are the 5 applicants? How to make the applications? Time limit to make the application वैसे तो नहीं है, but what is outrightly rejected? Within 6 months, they will give the decision. Okay, that will be binding to applicant, to the department, that is the commissioner, and only for that transaction. Can I again go for advance ruling for some other transaction? Yes. Can my friend apply mine, please? We both are best friend, exactly same case, we are doing exactly same business. No, please, this is a advance ruling. In advance, you are asking the department about the consequences. This is not a judgment of High Court ki you can use it. Okay, to proceed smoothly with AR, what are the powers? So exactly all the powers what the authorities have. And if you feel aggrieved with the order of the advance ruling, you can go for appeal with the High Court for the question of law. Okay, chalo. Now, simple questions are there. Preferably, you write the answers over there or in your notebook, wherever you want to write. Sabha Karim is a non-resident. The appeal pertaining to assessment year 18 and 19 is pending. This is the level of the questions they are going to ask you. Case studies also, theory questions also, and MCQs. So I told you, 100 crores wala hai, 6 months hai, like this they are asking. The appeal pertaining to assessment year is pending before appellate tribunal. Issue involved being computation of income for house property. Okay, the same issue persists for assessment year 22-23, and his friend has obtained an advance ruling from authority on same point. So Sabha Karim proposes to use the same ruling for his case. Is it possible? What do you feel? Your friend has obtained, and already for 18-19 your own case is pending with ITET. So if your case is pending with ITET, you cannot go for R and bar, no? And secondly, just because your friend has applied, you cannot. So advice Sabha Karim, no. No, Karim cannot go for R as case is pending. Write down. As case is pending with ITET. This is the first point. Second point is advance ruling is binding to commissioner, applicant, and transaction. So friend's decision cannot be applied here because it is binding only to the applicant for the transaction and to the commissioner. So others' decision cannot be applied here. These are the 2 points you need to write. Check and tell me, is it clear? If your case is pending with ITET, you cannot go to advanced ruling except PSUs. They have been permitted. Next. Is it clear now? Q non-resident made an application to authority for advance ruling on 2nd July in relation to a transaction proposed to be undertaken. On 31st August, he decides to withdraw the case. Can he withdraw the case on 31st August? Answer is no. Only within 30 days. And 30 days are over. 2nd July to 1st of August. So only within 30 days you can withdraw the case. Here 30 days are over. So now you cannot withdraw the case. See, such easy questions are asked, dear students. Very easy level of questions are asked. Next. Can a person resident in India seek advance ruling from the authority for advance ruling? Can resident also seek the advance ruling? Now, this is a simple theory question. Yes. How many cases? 3 cases. Resident entering transactions with non-resident, ask. Resident entering any transactions with a value of 100 crores, ask. And residents, that too PSUs and all, if they have the issue, they can ask. So 245NB2A enables resident falling within class of person to make application to authority. Such notified application can seek ruling in relation to tax liability out of transactions and all, if the transaction value is 100 crore or more. Second, 245NB3 enables resident falling within such class as may be notified. Notified resident can seek ruling in respect of issues relating to computation which is pending with the ITED. Such a resident can make an application, and in this permitted right now are PSUs. Thoda lamba likha hai, you can brief off. Third, resident can make advance ruling in relation to tax liability with non-resident, and resident can make an application seeking advance ruling for impermissible. So 4 cases. Oh, I missed the last one, but so out of 5 cases, 4 cases to resident can. Now this is again a revision. This is a theory question, but see the way they have asked. Can resident apply? Yes. For a case against non-resident, for PSUs, for case where liability is exceeding your 100 crores, and when the case is pending with the ITED. So all these, yeah, definitely. You can write the questions in the point wise and you will get marks for sure. Chalo. Next. This is already asked in the exam, so as it is, I have taken. Nice question. So this E-company filed an application for advance ruling in 15, 16, 16 and 17 and 17 and 18 with authority for advance ruling. For assessment year 15, 16, 16, 17, notice under section 143.2 were issued. You know what is 143.2? I want all of you to write. Pehle to agar aap bhul gaye. Anyone in the class can recollect? Are, I'm going to discuss 2-3 questions here. So can you discuss? Very good, very good. 143.2 is scrutiny. I want all of you to write. Very good. 143.2 is scrutiny ke case mein they are sending you notice that if the income is undershown, expenses are overshown, or some sales is undershown like that, they can give a notice. And what is 142.1? If you have not filed the return only, return not filed. You remember that flow chart? If return not filed, file it or give the information and all that. So 142.1. So now what is happening that in 15 and 16 and 16, 17, notice is already issued for 143.2. Scrutiny is going on. Okay. And for last year, 142.1 notice is issued. For the assessment years 17 and 18, notice under 143.2 was issued before the date of filing of application with the AAR, and notice under 142.1 along with questionnaire was served after. Now there are 2 cases. First, Purana wala karte hain. For assessment year 17-18, notice under 143.2 was issued before the date of the filing of application. Okay. So already before going to AAR, notice for 143, scrutiny is going. Then can they go for this also? Yes. Merely by issue of 143.2, it cannot be contended that assessment proceedings are pending, and hence it will not invalidate the application filed with AAR, even though it is issued after the application filed with AAR. Are you getting? So even though you are getting 143 notice and then you want to go for AAR, you can. But 142 one notice you are getting and you're proceeding for that, and then you're going for AR, it's not allowed. If notice under 142.1 along with questionnaire is issued first, give us all this information about your books, about others, anything, return of income mein jo bhi extra information they want, then if they have issued, then they cannot go for application to AR is invalid. Is it clear? 143.3 scrutiny notice, AAR allowed. I literally want you all to remember because I told you 2 times in different ways they have asked this question. 142.1 may, if the return is not filed or return of income related to some information they have called AAR not allowed. 143 notice is issued, but once the all is done, no, you can go for AR. Then this will be kept pending. Go for AR, finish off that. Obtain ki kya kya tax liability aayega and all. But if they are calling for more information, you cannot stop and go to AR. 142.1 you have to respond. If you don't respond for information in 142.1 directly, they will do best judgment under 144. Clear? Yeah, not one more time. I will revise this 2-3 times. I have given. I can understand it's little, the language is technical. The analysis is for the first 2 years since application is made to AR after the service of notice under 142.1 along with question, application with AR is not valid. Because you have already got 142.1 notice, so first give them information. You can't go for AR. But for the 17-18, AR is valid. Because you have got the notice for what? 143.2. And with that, you can go. 1 minute. Before you want to reread that, 1 or 2 case studies I have given here. Please check this. Where return of income was filed before filing of the application. You've already finished filing the return. And in your return, you're getting scrutiny notice because they have a doubt income is undershown, expenses are overshown, losses are overshown. So they issued a notice for 143.2 after the application was filed. You have already filed application for advanced. See, it's not always obtaining in advance. Agar koi case chal bhi raha hai, to you can go for advanced ruling. So after you have filed first the application with AR and now they have issued the notice, such question cannot be said to be already pending before income tax authority. The application for AR will be admitted. Cable and System Limited, Korea versus the AR. Are you getting? You filed your return. Your return is processed, but you have a query. You have filed application with AR. And in the meanwhile, you got notice for the scrutiny. Okay. So AR will go ahead. Is it clear or not? AR will go ahead. Application is admitted and then you got the notice. After you made the application with the AR, so AR will go ahead. Karne do kaam. Now, next one. Merely by issue of 143 notice, it cannot be contended that assessment proceedings are pending and hence it will not invalidate the application filed even though it is issued after application filed with AR. However, if notice under 141.1 along with questionnaire is issued before application filed with AR, just to avoid answering 142.1, you cannot divert and go to AR, not allowed. But 143.2 ke saath, it is allowed. So the case laws are also given. I hope now it is clear. Check. And और एक बार भी एक और में भी है ऐसे. Same kind of questions are there. Yeah, this one, no, 4th one we already read. Can I please keep it on hold and you read the language of question and answer on one screen I'm giving. Check karo. Even I took time as a teacher to understand it and write because लैंग्वेज ही ऐसा है. Mock test what they publish in that also once they have given and once it is asked in the exam also. Take your time, read it, dear students. Finished? Read this one also. Again, these two questions are also same. Fifth one and one more. I'm reading. पहले ये देख लो. Cases clear हैं दोनों. Case studies based question if they ask you. Theory भी पूछते हैं in the form of case study only. Like ninth one I said they can ask you. It's a theory question. Market important latest amendment. What is the remedy available to applicant who is aggrieved by ruling of the board for advanced ruling? I am not satisfied. I am aggrieved. So the applicant can apply to the if he is aggrieved by the decision pronounced by the board for advanced ruling on directions of the commissioner, then within 60 days he can apply to High Court. Where the High Court is satisfied, application made by then applicant was prevented, then they will allow 30 days more. And I told you impressive is section 245W. These are smart ways to score. Chalo. Or chote 2-3 questions I have said. The term advanced ruling includes in its scope a determination by authority for advanced ruling only in relation to transactions undertaken by a non-resident. Examine the correctness of this with reference to provision. Answer is no, it's not for non-resident. Resident can all apply. So answer is 5 applicant. Non-resident can apply for transaction with resident. Resident can apply for transaction with non-resident. Resident can apply for transaction above 100 crores. Resident can apply PSUs wala and for impermissible. So 5 cases is the answer. See the language. Authority of advanced ruling has the power of compelling in the books of accounts. Yes, right over here in exam section 131. They have all the powers: discovery, inspection, issuing notice, calling someone, asking, examining on statement of oath, taking all his answer, usko questionnaire fill karao, sab kara sakte hain. Examine when advance ruling pronounced will be declared as void. When you have obtained it by misrepresenting the facts. And what is the consequence? As if you have never gone for advanced ruling, all the other routine proceedings will start. And now the last one, this one, ye bhi bar poochte hain. Can both the parties are? This is very nice. First, listen to this question. Yes, they have the power of the special court also. See, here it is given, Sandeep. 1 minute. Last, after the advance, 1 second. They have the power, its own procedure in all the matters, and whatever are the routine powers, all that are there. Chalo. Now, this question, as I explained, see, one foreign company is entering into agreements with 2 of the Indian companies for some purchase and all, and TDS provisions are applicable. Now, Indian companies are making application. Sir, I am entering into data what rate I should, ye acha question, and this can again be repeated. So listen carefully. Okay. So foreign companies entering into transaction with two Indian companies for buying or taking loan or whatever, and we need to deduct TDS. So the resident is making application for advance ruling at what rate I should deduct the TDS. Same way, non-resident is making. I am non-resident, I am doing this transaction. At what rate I have to pay tax in India, and will the TDS deducted be enough and all. So can the advance ruling authority say, Arey, both are asking the same question, it's a headache to answer to people? No, you cannot ask. Can both of them ask or not ask? Answer is yes, they can ask. Because when I am asking, it is my data. TDS provisions are applicable if I cross a limit, no? Like routine, if you say 194CJ, when I cross that limit, TDS is applicable, tax order, from my viewpoint. Your case, how much income you are having in India, whether you are using all those loan money in India and all, so for your TDS will also be deducted and all. So it's maybe for the same transaction, but the data is different, the SSCs are different, the applicant are different. Both can go for advance ruling. The department cannot deny saying that no, any one of you should only apply. Okay, chalo, let us read that, dear students. And today's questions are little, I feel, technical in language. If you feel it's a procedural topic ना, उतना मजा नहीं आया होगा. जैसे DTA तो आप लोग भाग रहे थे मेरे से पहले. I really like that, and do that in the non-resident also. But read it, no, read it. Just spare half an hour, read it, you will get it. Let us read this question. A foreign company entered into contract with 3 Indian companies for technical know-how, and the foreign company made an application AR on the rate, withholding the tax on receipts. Ki mera kitna TDS katega. Also, B Limited made an application to AO for determination of rate at which I should deduct the TDS payment for the non-resident. AR rejected the application for foreign company. Foreign company on the ground that question raised in the applicant is already pending before income tax authority. Question: explain whether rejection is justified. Answer is no, they cannot. Pending before income. An applicant can be dismissed only if the issue is already pending before income tax authority and such application is made by same person. Your case is pending with the ITET, you cannot go to the advance ruling authority, I said. Okay, if the issue is already pending with income tax authority and such application is made by same person whose case is pending, dismissing the application made by one party to the issue on the ground that same issue raised by another party to the issue is pending is not maintainable. Dismissing the application made by one party to issue on ground that same issue is raised by another party. Wohi friend wala. My friend is also having same, not tenable. In instant case, resident Indian company made an application to jurisdiction income tax for determination of TDS rate, and foreign company has separately made application to AR in its own capacity to protect its own interest. Ki kahin galti se instead of 5%, don't deduct 30%. So therefore, application made is maintainable for both and it cannot be rejected. This they can ask again because it's a wonderful question logically. Nice topic, no? Lagta hai very small, and then some of the students are advanced and chhod the procedure. How much mehnat you do for those big topics and 5 marks? This small 4 pages, 3 marks, 1 case study and 2 mark, 1 MCQ, done. And you score marks. So now this is smart work. You cannot leave this topic, and this is so beautiful. If you spare half an hour, 45 minutes more, it's done for the exam. You need to not turn back and practice. Is the last question clear to all of you? Yes? So this is all about advance ruling till 31st August, and then bar 1st August. Only change is those authorities, and I have not discussed with you all till 31st August who were all the authorities. Judge of High Court, Supreme Court, and 1 member from the law and revenue department, say accounts department. not required. Their age and all, earlier it was very, more than 1.5 page was there, not required for you. You go with this. Board will consist of 2 or more members, and see, this can also be asked in MCQs. That board of advanced ruling members can be AO, assessing officer, CCITs. They'll give 3-4 names, and you have to pick up one of the names. I'm very fond of making question papers. Today only for inter, when I said salary paper, ma'am, it was a paper which covered everything, right from MCQs to allowances to perquisites to retirement benefit. So like this, if you feel that now you're preparing well, and if, but mehnat worth honi chahiye. If you all are ready to write, then at least for MAT, for appeal, some of the topics decided, we can set the paper and give you, and you can write it, and one Sunday we can discuss. Just respond me, and we can plan surely. Right? Okay. So that's all for advanced ruling. Thank you so much. Acha, one small thing I wanted to clear. Someone was asking me doubt for salary. I said, let me discuss with all of you. ये ना इंटर फाइनल हर जगह डाउट आता है, और ये एग्जाम में बहुत पूछते हैं. Employer paying anything to advanced ruling is over. I hope you're not getting confused. Employer paying anything to employee. It's like waterfall. I call it waterfall. Allowances, perquisite, gift, credit card, everything is taxable. Now, employer is paying tax on monetary perquisite for employee. How many of you have heard this term in MCQs and questions? And in final also salary chapter, these minuteness are touched. Have you heard? Employer is paying tax on perquisite to employee. One to you are giving perquisite to. One to you are giving perquisite to employee. Another, on that perquisite, you are giving tax. Now, what do you think? Is this taxable for employee? It's a very nice query asked repeatedly, so I thought I'll discuss with all of you. Answer is no. Take a pause and listen carefully. You are employer. You are having business income. Is your own income tax allowed as business expense when you do add and less? No. Your own income tax is not allowed as business expense. Now, as an employer, you paid 100 rupees perquisite to employee. Is it your business expense? Yes. You paid PF, allowed, allowance to employee. So in business expense, perquisite of 100 rupees paid to employee allowed as expense. On that perquisite, you paid 10 rupees tax. Government is saying 10 rupees tax on perquisite paid by employer is not allowed as business expense for employer. So it is disallowed in the hands of employer. Employer is already paying tax on 10 rupee. But who has received this perquisite? Employee. Tax on perquisite, is it a benefit for employee? Yes. Will it again be taxable in the hands of employee? Answer is no. And hence it is exempt under section 10(10)(c)(c). 10 and clause 10(c)(c). The logic, so many times students try to mug up the things. If you understand the logic, students, you are employer. In your hands, your income tax and employee's income tax is disallowed. Disallowed means scratch, increase the income. You are only paying the tax. Again, you are giving me 10 rupees. I should pay the tax. Why? It's exempt in the hands of employee. Is it worth this discussion? Ki bouncer gaya ya kya respond? Like this, so many queries are coming. So whenever we have time, we can discuss. If you have queries, keep making the list, send it in WhatsApp. Block of assets, someone was asking, make sure please you read that format. In the year of purchase, and you know, when you do mistake, na, uska rasta nikalo. Like I tell students, when you make block of asset, no, purchase, whenever you write purchase, no, in income tax exam, write the date. Date is a reminder. Full year's depreciation, if used for less than 180 days, half year's depreciation. In the year of sale, no dip. So whenever you solve the problem, computation of income for Sri Devi, bracket mein likho senior citizen, so that you remember, oh, he is a senior citizen, he will not get additional basic exemption. These are some of the very minute tips, dear students, because your knowledge is good, but you need to remember everything, and you need to balance your mind in exam. And every day, ask yourself, What is the language you are talking to yourself? You talk so nicely. Someone was asking the doubt so softly. Excuse me, ma'am, I have this doubt. You talk with others so well. How you're talking with yourself? It should be the most positive and confident talk. It needs headstrong confidence to reach the level. How you were in CMA foundation, CA foundation, फिर इंटर क्लियर किए, फिर internship, and now just 6 months away from your degree. So you are already at a class. So have that confidence, work super hard, leave everything else. एक लिस्ट तो बनाओ. दृश्यम मूवी रिलीज हुई है, मैंने भी नहीं देखा. आपको पढ़ाने के लिए मैं भी 2-2 घंटे पढ़ती हूँ. तो whatever movies you are missing, whatever functions, birthday parties, make a list and enjoy all that after 15th of January. Okay, that's all for today's class. Thank you so much, dear students.